Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. Got Tuesdays with Charlie coming your way later in the program, so I'm always excited for that. It's usually pretty darn fun to talk to your papa, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And today we're going to have that. And doctors studying airline passengers say being crammed in a tight airplane seat for hours could result in something called economy class syndrome. And the blood clots in your leg that could come from that could be fatal. So they're saying that you don't want to be too crammed in for too long. Yesterday, there were a whole bunch of flights that were delayed. There was like a mishap in Atlanta for Delta. All over the world, a bunch of flights delayed and canceled. So wonder how many people are having economy class syndrome today. Kind of crammed in the studio over here right now. Is this economy class, you think? Maybe not.
It's more like cargo.
There you go. Hey, Scarlett Johansson, who is the face of the cosmetic giant L'Oreal, admits that she's not afraid to use plastic surgery in the future to avoid growing old ungracefully. She says, I will definitely have plastic surgery. I don't want to become an old hag.
Wow.
Whoa. That escalated quickly. All right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday.
John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Tuesday, August the 9th. Today is International Day of the World's Indigenous People.
I have no clue what that means.
I think we're all indigenous. I don't know. What does that mean? The world's indigenous people? Does that mean the people that are from here?
I have no clue. I just said I don't know what that means.
Okay.
I don't
Do you know
why
what this
you're
means?
asking me.
Today is Veep Day. Do you know what that is? Veep, V-E-E-P.
No.
It's like vice president, I believe. That's like the nickname for the VP, vice president.
Why is it V-E-E-P?
I don't know. I think that's just the way. It's the cool way to spell it.
Oh, okay.
So if you are a vice president in a company, today is your day. Or maybe just the vice president. I'm the vice president in our marriage. You're the president of our marriage. I'm the vice president of our marriage.
I don't know about that.
I let you pay all the bills, and I let you...
Well, yeah, I do have to do all of that, but you don't listen worth a crap.
What was that?
So I'm not very good at delegating my employees, apparently.
I'm not your employee. I'm your Veep.
Yeah.
Anyway, get out there and celebrate Veep Day on this Tuesday, the 9th day of August.
John and Heidi.
Email marketing is affordable and a proven way to grow your business. If it's done right, you can stay in contact with your customers to let them know when you have new things to offer. You stay in control the whole time, too. You decide when messages are sent, and you decide what is being said. So you're constantly in control of your business image. You can do this, but don't try it on your own. Team up with one of the biggest names in email marketing, Constant Contact. Sign up for a free trial right now at radiosavings.com. Sign up now at radiosavings.com.
You know it's true because you heard it on the radio. A man robbed a convenience store in southern Illinois. He was wearing a ski mask to conceal his identity, but he was paranoid by nature. And the robber thought somebody might have seen me when I pulled my ski mask off, because he pulled it off right when he got out the door.
Okay.
He's like, I don't know if they saw me or if they didn't see me. So what does this brilliant criminal do? Within 15 minutes after the robbery, he runs to the police station to, quote, find out if there were any arrest warrants for me. End quote. Why
I
would
think
you
you would
do that?
know if there was an arrest warrant for him. You don't go there that soon. You would have to...
Well, there was a warrant. He had violated a number of his parole violations from a previous conviction, so police promptly put him under arrest. It was only then that one of the arresting officers who was searching the man to put him into jail realized that he had a ski mask tucked in his back pocket. They already had a description of the robber's clothing and the ski mask, which turned out to be a pretty interesting one. Nobody did see his face, by the way. The ski mask was identified by witnesses as looking like, quote, an American flag, end quote. So it was red, white, and blue with stripes and stars and such. Anyway, the ski...
If you're going to rob something, at least wear a ski mask that is
that
not...
blends in.
Right, a black one.
White, green.
Even brown.
Any color would be fine. Ski mask was identified by witnesses as looking like an American flag. This patriotic criminal had his sticking out of his back pocket.
Wow.
Police even recovered the stolen money that was in his car, parked right next to a police car outside. It says it was in a plastic shopping bag with the convenience store's name brand on the side of it. So that was very convenient as well. The gun was found in the trunk of the car. Our masked marvel is now serving at least 15 years in prison for
I
armed
don't
robbery.
think there's any doubt whether or not he was involved.
And his previously paroled crimes as well.
His court-appointed attorney is like, great.
You don't make my job very easy. What are we going to plead? Stupid? Is that a thing? All right. You know it's true, though, because you heard it on the radio.
John and Heidi.
The John and Heidi Show is brought to you in part by the Keystone Treatment Center.
This is your brain, and this is your brain on drugs. We share silly stories here on the program, but addiction is no joke. If you or someone you know suffers with an addiction to drugs or alcohol, make today the day you seek help.
Call toll-free 844-204-1055.
That's a toll-free number. Again,
844-204-1055.
And this is your brain on drugs. James Davis was in a hurry. You know how frustrating it is when the guy in front of you is just creeping along and you're trying to get somewhere? You ever have that happen?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I do all the time. Well, that's what was going on with Mr. Davis. He was so frustrated, he decided, I'm going to honk my horn at these people. And then if that wasn't such a bad idea, he was also like speeding up and slowing down and, weaving around, trying to get around them.
Right.
That's when they found out that the guy going slow in front of him was a police cruiser.
Yeah.
Things got worse when they decided to get out of his way and let him pass and then promptly pulled him over and discovered that he was 3 sheets to the wind.
Oh, wow.
Maybe even 4 sheets if that's a thing. He was quite intoxicated and was arrested on the scene. So next time, if you're drunk and in a hurry, maybe you don't honk at people. I'm just saying. First of all, you shouldn't even drive. You get a designated driver, a taxi, a Uber, or whatever it takes. Something other than driving. That's a bad plan. And James Davis can tell you. That's what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now our moment of duh. A New York City man says he lost his girlfriend when trying to catch some Pokemon. So he was doing this whole Pokemon Go thing. Did I say it right? Trying to catch some Pokemon?
Whatever.
Pokemon?
This is the lamest thing. It's so stupid.
Here's the thing. He was hunting for these Pokemon at his ex-girlfriend's apartment.
Oh, sure he was.
Unfortunately for Evan Scribner, the app has mapping software. It's supposed to allow parents to make sure they know where their kids are. Well, this knucklehead, his girlfriend was using it to see where he was going because she didn't trust him. He was Pokemon catching over at his ex-girlfriend's
I'm sure he
place.
was.
No, seriously, I was looking for Pokemon. You would not believe where I was looking for Pokemon. And another Pokemon story, a 24-year-old New Zealand man has quit his barista bartender job to fully devote himself to hunting Pokemon.
What is wrong with people?
This is the second story we've read about this. Another was a teacher. This guy's a bartender and barista. Good news, he could probably get another job like that soon. Anyway, he says, I wanted to have an adventure. I've been working for 6 years. I was desperate for a
6
break.
whole years.
Yeah, I know. It's time to retire.
Wow.
Pokemon gave me a chance to live my dream. Well, if that is your dream, you might need to set your sights a little higher.
Yeah, reach for the stars, man.
Well, again, he is a barista bartender. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I'm saying if that's what he's doing and he says, I want to live my dream, and that is to be a Pokemon catcher, it also is starting to make sense a little bit here.
Wow.
All right, coming up, we've got your Scoop of the Day, and Tuesdays with Charlie is on the way.
The Scoop of the Day is brought to you by Wells Blue Bunny. If you want delicious ice cream, be sure to look for the Blue Bunny. Sure to have your favorite flavors. Learn more at bluebunny.com.
Now your Scoop of the Day. Nike announced that they will stop making golf equipment. This just in. Nike made golf equipment? I had no clue.
I knew they did.
Did you know they made it?
Yeah.
I have never seen anything with Nike on it. Then again, I'm not a big
They make
golfer.
those Nike golf shirts that are breathable.
But I think those are just shirts. I mean, they were making golf equipment.
No, they make golf.
Like clubs
everything.
and stuff?
Oh, yeah. Gloves
and tees and balls and all that? Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, now I know. The realm of gaming is expanding to the men's room. In an attempt to make your bathroom stop a little more enjoyable, there's a new urinal that has been invented. It's called a video game urinal. Made their first appearance a couple years ago at a Coca-Cola Park. That's in Allentown, Pennsylvania. There we go. The Coca-Cola Park baseball stadium. The urinal has a screen above it where the action takes place, and then it's a video game where you control the things on the screen by your urine stream.
That is the dumbest idea
it is.
on the planet.
It would be really hard for ladies to play this game, but even as a man, I'm still saying that's pretty stupid, honestly. Next, hey, maybe somebody will quit their job to try to play all of those games, too. We talked about a guy that quit his job to chase Pokemon. Researchers have discovered 97 regions of the brain that were previously unknown. So they're still discovering parts of our brain that they didn't know about? I mean, how big is this brain? It's not that big. You'd think they would know all about it. They're still learning stuff in there?
Well, my gosh, can you imagine how complicated the human brain is?
Yeah, there you go.
If you think of everything that it has to do, and it's amazing.
Once you figure out what's going on there, can you fix mine? Because mine turns off half the time. Usually,
I can attest to
middle
that.
of this program. So, at the Olympics, the swimming pool there, the world's best swimmers were nervous. Let me see here. I'm sorry, we're never more. Let me try that whole thing again. It wasn't nervous. The world's best swimmers were never more than a few strokes from the pool wall and always within reach of a buoyant lane marker. And they're constantly watched by countless coaches and assistants and lifeguards. The Olympic swimming pool has lifeguards just in case somebody like Michael Phelps, winner of 18 gold medals, needs to be rescued. The lifeguards are on duty during competitions as well as practices. Think about that. Your job as a lifeguard is to potentially save the life of an Olympic swimmer, somebody who's probably far more trained than you are.
Right.
But I understand why they need to have them. See, the story was supposed to be poking fun at the fact that, oh, they have lifeguards in case Michael Phelps would drown. What if he hits his head on something?
Right.
You know, if they, not just him, but anybody, if they dive in or if two of them bump into each other.
That guy's
or something.
Amazing, by the way. Holy cow.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's going for his 19th gold medal now in his next race. That's amazing.
Yeah. And there's me over here with 0. I don't even have 1 gold medal. I don't even have a gold-colored medal. Hey, according to a study, about 1 in 6 cell phones in the United Kingdom tested positive for traces of E. coli from fecal matter. What are you guys doing with your phones over there?
Well, apparently they're not washing their hands.
Apparently. Ugh.
Or they're taking them into the bathroom with them, and then they carry them over to the sink when they do wash their hands, and they don't probably clean their phones.
There you go. Survey by... should they run them under warm water?
No, but when you dry your hands with a towel, you could certainly wipe off your phone.
You could. Survey by Solutions Research Group found 63% of BlackBerry and smartphone owners have used their device in the bathroom, by the way.
There are still BlackBerry owners?
Yes, there are. And they have like different designs out, or different, what do you call them? Yeah, designs, models, whatever. So they've upgraded and updated and stuff. But only 63% admit they use their phone in the bathroom.
I bet it's way higher than that.
I bet 100% of the people in the studio right now have used their phone in the bathroom.
Yeah.
One is a habitual user, and we won't tell you which one that is because I don't think you need to know that it's me.
That would be you.
A study indicated that just about everybody is doing it. That is checking personal emails and surfing the net while on the clock. And that includes the boss. R. Kelly Garrett, one of the study's authors and a professor at Ohio State University, says the study finds that personal internet use is not limited to slackers. Almost everybody's doing it. So that doesn't make it okay, but at least you want to know that you're in good company. This has been your Scoop of the Day. Tuesdays with Charlie is on the way.
John and Heidi.
Whether you're following the election or not, you understand that it impacts you. And this will be a historic election. The mainstream media has their own spin on who's going to win, but PoliticalStorm.com lets you chime in. You can keep yelling at the TV if you want. See how that works out. Or truly voice your opinion and have it heard at PoliticalStorm.com. Be informed from several different sources all in one place. Watch videos, listen to podcasts like mine, and read fun editorials to engage your brain. You have a choice, and now you have a voice, too, at PoliticalStorm.com. That's PoliticalStorm.com. And it's time right now for my favorite program, something we do every Tuesday just because we can. We pick up the phone and we call my father-in-law for a little thing we like to call
Tuesdays with Charlie.
How you doing, Charlie?
It's your lucky day.
It is.
Every Tuesday is our lucky day.
We're excited to chat with you, and I got some fun questions for you when we get to them, but I bet you got some fun stuff for us too, don't you?
Yeah. Let's start. Well, you know I'm a golfer.
Yes, you are. I'm not.
Now, a typical 190-pound golfer, now let's face it, I'm not typical, will burn 431 calories per hour.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
So you take an average round, take you 4 hours to play. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Yeah,
that's
is
probably
pretty good.
if you're walking the holes
Yeah.
or not driving a golf cart drinking
I don't know
beer.
if that counts in the golf cart.
That's the downside. You got to walk.
With a case of beer per
I'm pretty sure that's not going to work for you. Hey, we just learned something about golf this morning. Nike quit making golf equipment. I didn't even know they made it. So Heidi said she knew. Did you know they made golf equipment, Charlie?
Oh, yes.
All right. Well, they don't anymore. So.
Well, then I just heard today, too, Adidas is going to quit making them.
Well, what is the deal?
Boy.
I guess those golf people are going to have to buy the stuff that's still being made.
Like by who, John?
By Callaway and Ping. See, that's the only names I know.
You're in luck. Ping's still in business.
There, see? Only reason I knew Ping is because I invented the slingshot golf, and I wanted to sell it to Ping. I wanted it to be the sling by Ping.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
It's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, and they laughed at you.
They won't call me back for some reason. Then I talked to Callaway and said, it could be the Sail Away by Callaway. They told me to just go away.
Don't call us, we'll call you. You know Victoria's Secret models.
I've seen them, yeah. I've heard all about those guys.
You know what their average dress size is?
0.
2.
Oh, was that right? 2?
Oh.
2.
I don't even know what that is. Is that good?
Oh, yeah. That's
Well,
tiny.
with a 34 to 36 inch bust, a 23 inch waist, and a 34 to 36 hip.
That's, that's
I don't know what
definitely
to-
not my size.
I'm not going to ask. How'd you get that black eye? Well, you don't want to know.
I think that's one of them things you only see in pictures.
There you go.
Hey, then you don't smoke,
No.
but the Marlboro Man, remember him?
I
Yeah.
do, yeah.
Through the years, they varied from athletes to gunsmiths and captains. All at one time was the Marlboro Man.
Huh.
But the rugged cowboy image proved to be the most marketable.
Yeah.
You don't want a ferry captain saying, "Nice smoke Marlboro."
So what do? I'm a ferry captain. Glad
Not
you
a
said.
ferry, what you're thinking, a boat captain. Idiot.
I noticed the fairy wings. I kind of figured.
Anyway, they had 3 men that appeared in their advertisements.
Yeah.
All 3 of them died of lung cancer,
Well, that's not good.
earning the brand the name of Cowboy Killer.
Oh, that's not good at all.
Hey, you like bubblegum?
I do. This sounds
I
much,
don't.
sounds much happier than our last story.
Do you know why it's pink?
Oh, no, I don't. Why is it pink?
Well, because it was the only color the inventor had left.
No kidding.
So he put that in there, and it became pink.
I wonder
That's
what else
fun.
he was inventing that used up all the other colors.
Well, maybe he was trying to make the gum, but he wasted all the other colors when he, on the unsuccessful batches.
Ah,
That could be.
It's like
That
the
could
yellow
be.
pages are yellow because they ran out of white paper. I read the story about that. That's why yellow pages are yellow. The first order for the book for yellow pages, that it was going to be white, but he ran out of white paper, so that's all he had. So now the yellow pages have been yellow ever since.
I'll be darned.
See, you learned something today too, Charlie.
I'll write that down.
There, you can tell that to me next week.
Hey, do you know how the yellow pages got started?
It's the good news with you and I both losing our mind. We can tell each other the same jokes over and over.
You know that kids spend $500 million a year on bubble gum?
Oh, wow, that's a lot of dough on gum.
that is a lot.
That's a lot of bubble gum, I'm telling you.
It is.
I think I told you this once before. I'm going to tell you anyway.
Okay.
You know how the term honeymoon was originated?
How is that?
After the wedding, couples went into hiding, and family members would bring them a cup of honey wine, for 30 days or 1 moon.
Oh, nice.
Hence the name Honey Moon.
Hunt's the name.
Weird.
All right. Is that all you have, or do you have more?
I got one more short
Okay,
thing.
one more. What's that?
You ever eat oysters on the half shell?
Never.
Never. I've never even eaten an oyster.
I've never even eaten them on a full shell. I would not do either of them.
Well, it's likely they're still alive when you eat them.
No
Ugh.
kidding.
Gross.
One more reason I'm not interested.
They just look so nasty.
Oysters are good if you cook them.
Ugh.
You ready for something more delicious than oysters, Charlie?
Okay, whip it on me.
All right. How many calories are in a Hershey's Kiss? Just one kiss.
One kiss. How many calories?
In one Hershey Kiss.
230.
No, only 26 calories.
Ooh.
And along those same lines, how many calories are burned in a 1 minute passionate kiss?
38.
No, 26, believe it or not. So 26 calories in a 1 minute kiss, and there's 26 calories in a Hershey Kiss. So
Wow.
you could just cancel that out all night long. You know, give a smooch and then, eat a kiss, and then give a smooch and then eat a kiss.
That sounds like a great night to me.
We got plans for Friday night, don't we? And you know why they call them Hershey Kisses, Charlie?
Yes,
Why?
because I read that somewhere. That's the way they come out of the machine.
That's right. Because the machine that makes them, it looks like it's kissing the conveyor belt as they go by. So they call them kisses.
I was close.
We're going to give you full credit for that.
All right.
All right. Well,
By the time
Charlie.
I get credit for something.
Well, it's always a pleasure to visit with you. Thank you so much for taking our call.
Well, I'll try to answer the phone next week.
All right. We'll talk to you then. Thanks, Charlie.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye, Fluff. Bye, John.
Bye-bye. My father-in-law right there. We talk to him every Tuesday just because we can. It's a little program we like to call
Tuesdays with Charlie.
John and Heidi.
This is Richard Lustig, the world's first and only 7-time lottery game grand prize winner. Since I endorsed Lottolicious, I have won something every single draw. They do all the work. You don't have to worry about running to the store to buy your tickets. They take care of all that. So if you're looking for the best way to play the lottery, to give yourself the best chance of winning, go to RadioLottoPool.com and join today. Again, that website is RadioLottoPool.com.
John and Heidi.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The U.S. would fit into the continent of Africa 3.5 times.
That's cool.
I know. That's huge. When you look at a globe, it doesn't look as big, but I think it's because the globe is kind of deceiving when you're looking at it. But they say the U.S. would fit into the continent of Africa 3.5 times.
And the U.S. is huge.
I know. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
In proportion, if Jupiter was the size of a basketball, how big would the sun be? Any thoughts? Jupiter's the size of, that's our biggest planet. If that was the size of a basketball, the sun would be slightly larger than the size of the Louisiana Superdome. That's how big
that
the
would
sun
have totally
is.
been my guess.
I was
That is
thinking,
a ridiculous
I was thinking you were going to
comparison.
guess that. Well, that would have been my guess anyway. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
570 gallons of paint would be needed to paint the outside of the White House. It's a lot of paint.
That is
Hopefully
a lot
that
of
would be
paint.
more than one person painting as well.
That's a lot of
be a
paint.
heck of a job. Take you a year and a half to do it. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
By law, information collected in a U.S. census must remain confidential for 72 years. So if you tell them something, at the door, they can't tell anybody for 72 years. How do we get those numbers so quick then?
Well, no, they can
So the
do
numbers?
people,
Okay.
but like if you tell them, I've got somebody chained up in my basement.
All right, well, 72 years
Does
from
that
now,
person count?
somebody will be here. I never really thought of that before. How many people live in this residence? Well, it's me and my ma. Got this guy chained up downstairs. All right, that's going to do it for your fun facts on a Tuesday.
John and Heidi.
Email marketing is affordable and a proven way to grow your business. If it's done right, you can stay in contact with your customers to let them know when you have new things to offer. You stay in control the whole time, too. You decide when the messages are sent, and you decide what is being said, so you're constantly in control of your business image. You can do this, but don't try it on your own. Team up with one of the biggest names in email marketing, Constant Contact. Sign up for a free trial right now at radiosavings.com. Sign up now at radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. It is a Tuesday, the 9th day of August. Getting kind of squirrely in the studio here. Is working out with a heart condition a good idea or a bad idea?
I would think you would need to work out, not as vigorously, but you
Well,
would need to work out to keep your heart healthy.
They say it turns out to may not be such a bad idea, but I'm going to read the story, and then I'm going to tell you to consult your physician before you take any advice from this knucklehead, because I'm not the guy. It says here, telling heart patients to really push themselves during exercise sounds risky, but a growing body of research suggests that workout routines, my mouth isn't working.
Yeah, clearly.
My brain isn't working. So a bunch of new research says that workout routine athletes, what? Oh, there's an A in there. A workout routine athletes use to get in shape may do the same for patients with heart conditions. Some scientists and clinics are backing the use of a high-intensity interval training system where, you do like the high-intensity stuff for short periods of time.
Right.
It involves short spurts of intense exercise, 85 to 95% maximum heart rate, alternating with periods of moderate exercise. I'm not too familiar with this because I don't do any of these. Heart patients have traditionally built up fitness with a steady session of aerobic exercise aimed at keeping the heartbeat at about 70% of its maximum rate. That's meant to give the heart a workout without risking chest pain or a cardiac event. Once again, I know it probably sounds like I'm a trained physician. Maybe not. But I'm not, believe it or not. I'm not even an untrained physician. I can barely even spell doctor. So don't take advice from me. But what you should do is if you are going to be doing some sort of workout routine, Maybe you consult your physician and ask them, hey, should I be doing this or should I be
Absolutely.
doing
That goes without saying.
Yeah, so there you go. Just some good ideas for you there. Coming up, we're going to talk about bad fashion and men. Somehow these things are tied together. I don't know why, but it's on the way.
John and Heidi.
If you're in business, you need a website. Come on, it's 2016. Do you think this internet thing is not going to catch on? Many business owners that don't have a website think it's just too expensive. Well, now it's not. You can get a website for a few $100s, not thousands of dollars that are charged elsewhere. We can help you set up and design the site and then turn you loose to manage it, or we can help you manage the site for just a tiny bit more. Learn about the special radio offer right now at radiosavings.com. Get an extra $50 off if you sign up this month at radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. My beautiful wife over here is a pretty good fashionista. You know how to make people look good. You always look really good. My daughter...
I never look good.
You
but
do too.
Only
No,
because
you
my
always-
body doesn't look good,
No,
so I don't
you
wear
always-
the nice clothes that I have.
But you know what? You always look nice, even no matter what you wear. You could wear a duffel bag and make it look good. So,
Oh,
and our
yeah,
daughter,
thank you.
the same way. You always have her dressed to the nines, whatever that means. What does that mean, dressed to the nines? Have you heard that before?
She used to. She doesn't listen to me anymore.
I know. Well, for some reason, I don't always look good, and it's not just me. It says, at what age does a man look in the mirror and say, you know, I think I'd look pretty good in sandals and black knee-high socks and
Oh
plaid
my
shorts
gosh.
and a white belt? Anyway, here are some things that are not a good look. The shaved head look. Just when the comb-over went out of style, every balding man started shaving his head. Michael Jordan looks great with a shaved head. You might not. So they're saying that you should probably let some of that hair grow. I don't think that it looks bad to have shaved head. Another one, hair plugs. You never see phase 2 of a guy with hair plugs. It always looks like somebody just plowed their head and planted corn. So they're saying steer clear of that. Toupees are also a bad idea. So they're saying don't go bald, but don't fix it either? Is that what they're trying to say here?
Just go with what God gave you. That's what you're supposed to do.
Here's one that I noticed this weekend, and I thank goodness I'm married. My wife helps me with this. Untrimmed ear hair and nose hair. You got me a little
that's
trimmer. I
so
take care of that. But I was
disgusting.
talking to a guy at an event this weekend, and while I was talking to him, I was looking at his ear. It looked like
Yeah,
it was
it's
there was a
disgusting.
big tuft of hair sticking out of his ear, and I was thinking, can he even hear me right now? Because it was a lot of hair. And the final one: suspenders and a belt. Choose one or the other, but don't wear both. Notice what's not on the list is Crocs. She won't let me wear my Crocs.
Oh, they're awful.
I think they're
They're
comfy.
awful.
Yeah.
But there's...
I don't wear
You
them
don't
with
just
socks.
toss all fashion considerations aside for comfort. I mean, that's just...
What the heck?
Those
Hey,
things are terrible, and they're brown on top of it. It's like...
I wanted to be able to wear them to work. They're like business brown. These are my
They're
business Crocs.
terrible. Nobody should be wearing Crocs.
All right,
I mean,
well,
that's just...
Today's program brought to you in part by Crocs. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's not really. All right. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday.
John and Heidi.
Just a short while ago, we had a story here about men not knowing a diddly squat about fashion. And there's a guy right here that he has quite the wardrobe. It's a lot of red and white. And, well, he just changed his name to Santa Claus. So,
Okay.
a state district court originally banned David Porter from taking the name, saying it might have a, quote, chilling effect on anyone who wanted to sue him in the future. Imagine if you're suing Santa Claus. You Grinch? Utah Supreme Court, Salt Lake City, has now given their blessing to the name Mr. Claus, who bleaches his naturally red hair white every month, said, I have a big, bushy white beard. I have a big tummy and glasses. I look pretty authentic. He says he takes the month of December off completely to make private appearances at parties. So let's just make it official.
No,
now
what
I'm Santa
kind of
Claus.
reasoning is that? You can't change your name to that because someday someone might want to sue you and it would look bad in the newspaper.
Yeah, they were saying...
What kind of reasoning is that?
I understand.
That's ridiculous.
That is kind of a weird reason, but I do understand why they would maybe hesitate to say, can he change his name to Santa Claus?
Why couldn't he? He could change his name to whatever he wants.
Well, he can, because he did. So
Well,
there you
yeah, that is a ridiculous reason. I
Coming
would
up,
have thought that too.
go. We have the geezer test on the way. I can't wait to see if Heidi passes this. This will be fun. You'll be able to take it as well. I'll post it on our Facebook page. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Whether you're following the election or not, you understand that it impacts you, and this will be a historic election. The mainstream media has their own spin on who's going to win, but PoliticalStorm.com lets you chime in. You can keep yelling at the TV if you want, see how that works out, or truly voice your opinion and have it heard at PoliticalStorm.com. Be informed from several different sources all in one place. Watch videos, listen to podcasts like mine, and read fun editorials to engage your brain. You have a choice, and now you have a voice too at PoliticalStorm.com. That's PoliticalStorm.com.
John and Heidi.
All right, play along at home if you can. We're going to play the geezer test. Heidi, A, B, or C? In the 1940s, where were the headlight dimmer switches located in cars? A, A, on the floor shift knob, so like the gear shifter. B, on the floorboard next to the clutch to the left. Or C, right next to the horn.
B.
B, on the floor, is correct. The bottle top of a Royal Crown Cola bottle had holes in it. For what reason? A, capturing lightning bugs. B, to sprinkle clothing before ironing. Or C, large salt shakers.
They had holes in them even when the pop was in them? Wouldn't it spill?
I'm not sure.
I would assume for salt shakers.
B, to sprinkle clothes before ironing them.
Oh.
The next
You
question.
sprinkle them with soda?
Apparently. Why was having milk delivered a problem in northern winters? A, cows got too cold and wouldn't produce milk. B, ice on the highways forced the delivery by dog sled. Or C, milkmen left deliveries outside the front door and milk would freeze.
I'm going to say B.
No, C, cold weather caused milk to freeze. And then it would pop the bottle top. So there you go. Name a formerly popular chewing gum named for a game of chance. Was it A, blackjack, B, gin, or C, craps?
Blackjack.
Blackjack gum is correct. What method did women use to look as if they were wearing stockings when none were available during rations of World War II? A, suntan, B, leg painting, or C, wearing slacks?
Leg painting.
B it is, leg painting. What post-war car turned automotive design on its ear when you couldn't tell whether it was coming or going? Was it A, a Studebaker, B, a Nash Metro, or C, a Tucker?
I have no idea. I'm going to say C, Tucker.
No, it was the Studebaker. It looked the same from the front and really similar from the front and from the back. Next question. Do we have time for? Well, we'll have one more. And I'll throw all of these, well, I already did, at Facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. I'm proud of you. You've done really well because these are really geared towards people a little older than you.
A lot older than me.
A year or two. Which was a popular candy when you were a kid, if you were a little older? A, strips of dried peanut butter. B, chocolate licorice bars. Or C, wax bottles shaped with colored sugar water inside.
Well, when I was a kid, it was wax bottles.
Yeah, that's the one that they had on here, too. So you are as old as this thing. If you'd like to take this test, it's called the Geezer Test, and I didn't name it that. I found this online and thought it was fun. But I did share it at Facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always try to wrap things up around here with some good news, and I thought this was just such a cool story. Evan Wilson, he's from Dunrobin, Ontario, Canada. Or Dunrobin, I suppose is probably how you'd say that. Dunrobin, Ontario, Canada. He turned 6 last month. Even though he had a party with a cake and some games, there were no presents to open because Evan has a love for animals and suggested that instead of buying me gifts for my present, maybe make a donation to a local wildlife refuge. that makes I'm sorry. I should probably put my glasses on.
That's a completely different
It's
gift
a whole
there.
different thing. To a local wildlife refuge. Constance Creek is the name of the place. July 27th is when he had his birthday party. He donated $122. The story's on our Facebook page, so you can read it wrong as well if you'd like. Evan's mother said the inspiration struck him when he was 4. He went to a party for a friend, and the girl asked the money be donated to a local family in need. And he thought, I could do that on my
That's
birthday.
nice.
So that's
Yeah,
really
those
cool.
refugees in the wildlife can use all the
Just
money
stop it.
they can get.
Oh, it's a wildlife refuge, not wildlife refugees. That's my bad. Hi, is it Tuesday already? One of these days, I'll turn my brain on before I come to work. All right, time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday.